Hello, good evening. How are they do? I bring una warm greetings from the Denver Media Empire. Me what they talk to una today. I'm name Prince Emil Koma, and I they play me fine sing. This sing make la member boku team, but unfortunately una not really sing. So I definitely want to play again. Una definitely need for really sing here. Honestly. It's from the Denver Media Empire. Me what they talk to una today. Una definitely need for a this thing. Una sorry for the backblast. So as soon as I can see the title anyway, let me go before small while they try for look for this thing here again. Today we want to talk about the First Lady. With all due respect, we want to talk about the First Lady. Okay? There is so much for talk about. So much for talk about. This way, beautiful, wonderful First Lady. And as soon as I see the title is a First Lady Fatima Bio, whether in are the best as some people then claim, or whether in are the worst as others think. So today, we want to touch on a few things regarding the First Lady, but largely it's going to be on your own decision. We just take the evidence and throw them out there. When we don't throw them out there to una, the una go adjudicate on the matter and decide what really the position of the First Lady is. Whether she is the best, whether she's the most loved, whether she's the most despised or resented, it's up to una. But what we can do today, now for provide some evidence to una, so una go able to make una decision based on the position of the First Lady. Like I say, I get this song where I've been played by Afro National, by Sabano 75, rather. By Sabano 75. And I really want for Leona to really sing here. Because this like decade. Now here they struggle for fans. So if I not fan them again, it's obvious that we will go ahead with the program. It's definitely obvious that we will go ahead with the program. Why would they come to the program? They ask for let me shape the program. Anyway, no big fuss. No big fuss. I will send this music back at the end of the program and play it for you now. Yeah. Okay, Famulem. Una, thank you very much for sharing with me. They want to understand the music. I wish the music be played properly. I know saying they play thoroughly. Una go agree with me. It's been quite necessary for them to play the music so that we fumble and we read the music and understand exactly where we did. Good evening, Mr. David Carbo Jr., my dear wife Gladys Chroma, Mr. Imran Toure. It's good to see you all. Solomon, Josie Tommy, Sequence Dumbuya, Usman Conte, Prezo Song Aiman. A lot of people don't sign on, and I really appreciate this. And I expect a lot of people more for sign on. But we all get an obligation, and this is not a civic duty, whether you for or against. Let me help for shape the message so that other people then go join the program, and together we go rub more pan waiting necessary. Remember, the pa himself, and I want to begin with the pa say na in get the country. The mommy said the pa na in personal property. So you try for figure this out. And today, Monday, it's about 21:20 right now. 21:20. Then at 9:20, Usai at the broadcast forum. And today at the 22nd is a Monday. And we want to talk about First Lady Fatima Bio. Let's get to the program because I think I wasted a lot of time on trying to set the graphics and etc. And I'm very satisfied because as I look at my preview screen, I know say waiting to go out to the rest of the world is quite clean. And I love that picture of the background and this particular production on First Lady. Today, a lot of things where we get for do, now a little bit of talk and a lot of video evidence for let una self be the judge. So Fambule, let's get going. Fatima Bio. Now, Ina, the first lady of a country, needless for her to say this because everybody do know. But the story definitely need for begin some side. We don't do few programs them on the first lady. And I believe say inside 4 years now approaching, imagine we've done maybe 3 or 4. I think this is not the 4th one inside 4 years. Because we can look for target power. When I say target, not in a negative way, I mean for look at power, the construct of power. But Fatima, they now the very circle of this power. And by many, many measures, a lot of people and believe say, First Lady is a key player in deliberations, in policy making, even not in that formal sense. But before it come out, USA it come out for come, USA it come for let and come for me later. She's part and parcel of it. She determines a lot of things that happen. We're not there on the inside for no, but we get few years to them inside where we the and other things the way they happen on the outside. Because after all, most of it is not secret. Sometimes when she speaks, if we listen to her, we know say something they come and we say, and so they determine. So today, we don't rub much on this first lady. A first lady where people then say, according to them, remember, say people are entitled to their opinion and views. But even though people can hide behind their opinions and views or wait and say, now my opinion and think it's a done deal, we in the then and now, and on a collegial basis, disagree. You can't just say your opinion and back off. Opinion has to be substantiated. You get for say why now your opinion, because why, yes, now your opinion, you're entitled to them, but because you tell other person or you say you want for let them believe within you they say. So for believe what you they say, you get for reference, you get for substantiate, you get for be convincing in your opinion. So it just doesn't stop there when you say something, especially so when you are challenged. So by view of many, then things say Fatima na the best first lady we've ever had. Other people and things say no. And a lot of other people as well, things say no. Hence why we say one man's meat is another man's poison. One man's meat is another man's poison. So this first lady, another question where we ask is whether she's a uniter or a divider by virtue of the action them. Like I say, today for determine this, because of course, this platform get you editorial, but we go save the grace by playing a lot of the videos of the first lady herself. Even though we go way in with an opinion, but like we say, we they put the videos out there, let people they make waiting they want to make of them. The videos we want to play or do a justification on the outcome, probably of this broadcast, how people then go left common because some people in Canada, their mind not fixed. Others then come, their minds are already fixed. For some people, no matter what, Lady Fatima is the best. To them people and they would say that is disingenuous because things change. They only change itself. I mean, the only constant is change. So yes, I've been trust them yesterday, but if you don't do something today, we not make for that trust them. I can't just continue for trust them simply because I want for trust them. And Fambulem, another address to some of Una, we can say, why would they put more on the first lady? One for Una know say the first lady is no ordinary person. And no ordinary person self don't say we get right for put more on public figure than the president himself. And let me remind you now, when the president came recently on the COP summit, after the COP summit, he ended up in London, yeah, now a program organized by the Mami herself, I think say for Honoram, the JMB Women's Wing, this is not the Julius Mada Bio Women's Wing, where they in competition with the real SLPP wing, but this is not party business. The part talk and they say, if you don't want to let them talk about you, not become big figure. I hope una understand, una then critique the way sometimes it can tell like say una head no wire up properly. That when people then critique or decide for offer some sort of program on a public figure, then una take offense. So una listen to the guy himself, Julius Maada Bio, the President of the Republic. If you don't want to be spoken of, spoken about, nor come na public space, don't be a public figure. So on this note, today, we're on a very public figure. And here, a very public figure in every respect. She's a first lady, and the first lady who is very, very proactive. That proactiveness day, which is good in many respects, but we want to see how it can about this proactiveness, whether it is a plus for the country or it's just a plus for herself. Whether it is a plus for the country or just a plus for Itakul, family and Iman, etc. This is what we want to look at today. Okay? So Fambulem, let me carry on with this particular program. This is quite important tonight. It's important that we continue to talk about the First Lady, continue to talk about people and where they in government, and we should not shy away. The only thing we admonish people and for doing, in other words, when we do them kind of thing there, we have to exercise some degree of respect, some measure for the person, even though you might not like the person, but this is not the matter in this case. Waiting matter, now waiting the person they do, and because the person a public figure, so that gives us a right. I remember when I put out the bulletin for say we'll be having a program on the First Lady. As usual, I mean, let me speak to the critique them a little bit. Let me speak to the critiques a little bit. Una need for rise up against this, this rubbish. I call it rubbish. It's complete rubbish. You put out a bulletin there. First Lady is a headline, it's a caption. First Lady, the best or not the best. And of course, because again, myself na public figure and I put out public things there in there, you get for way into RAM, and I appreciate that. But now the way how some people like can way into that, how they can take them personal. That when you ask that question, and a very necessary question, this is something that's been going on in social media circles for quite a while, and in the Sierra Leonean domain, in which people like can say, is the First Lady the best? Or some people also question and they ask, as far as they're concerned, Fatima Bio is the best First Lady that the country has ever had. Hence, we can prompt this program tonight with many others. Some people don't think so. So one man's meat is another man's poison. But what you make this thing at one person the meat and the other person at the poison? This is the judgment we want to make now today. And when I say judgment, I mean judge not other than that you be judged yourself. I mean, we just want to look into this. Yeah, we want to look into this. When Fatima Bio came to power some time ago, and when I say came to power, of course, he married the president and became a First Lady. She had an opportunity, if you watch the initial flyer, we will pull out whether this is a missed opportunity. And it happened for look like say, it's a missed opportunity because I'm sure her intention was to endear herself to the people of Sierra Leone. 7.5 million people. For let you get all of them people in the now you heart, or for let them get you now the heart, not a small work down there. Of course, some will hate you. Some definitely will hate you. Some will envy you. And there's plenty of it. Envy, hate, which are two different things, they categorize them, but they do exist, especially with this lady. But waiting the lady herself by this channel, in opinion, not they do or not don't do, is using the right methodology for endear these people and for capture these people on his side. And Fambula will also tell you today that the Sierra Leonean people have adjudicated on the First Lady. So the noise way certain people and they make, in other words, few people, then they rattle the drum so loudly that it sounds like say there are hundreds and hundreds of them. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of them. But the one them, the unspeakable one them, they are in the many. Why I say so again, if I want to forget, the owner must remind me because it's too early for us to say I'm now. Okay. Yes, hello, bro. How you do? I'm live now, yeah. So I'm just joined the program. So we will also say why we believe say the Sierra Leonean people have adjudicated on the First Lady in terms of their relationship with vis-a-vis Madam Fatima Bio and the people. She missed a golden opportunity. And then video there we can play, then go show the reason why. There are many videos that we are going to play tonight, not long videos, just short videos. Then we go talk about them, we go deliberate on them. And let's say this, if anybody wants to participate, the number now 07740107250. I will put an up shortly in the chat room for let one go see. 0774010 7250. You'll be given 1 or 2 minutes for let you say what you want to say, let you ask question what you want to ask, or let you intimate waiting in your mind, waiting at your own view, waiting at your opinion. We go grant people in that opportunity day. But we get many videos that we want to play. When I short videos, they're not so long videos, them about the First Lady. When we play one, then we go talk about then we all go participate. Una can keep yourself busy in the chat room. Una can engage in the chat room. What do you think? What are your feelings? You see somebody put something, they feel free for challenge them. The only thing we ask for is that we should do this in a conducive, respectful atmosphere. No expletives. We don't allow that on this platform. And the older faithfuls know this. Say this platform, this is exactly what we do here. Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak to Una today, we are talking about none other but the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam Fatima Bio. Fatima, some people believe say she's the best. Waiting at the measurement, waiting at the yardstick weight and use for declaring the best. Is it because of in social media activities? Is it because she dances a lot? Is it because of her beauty? So we need to know that. Remember, before Fatima, there were other first ladies. For example, you get a distinguished first lady in person of Dr. Patricia Kaba, one of the most distinguished first ladies ever, okay? In terms of book, in terms of output, in terms of dignity, in terms of respect. She was almost the entire package, okay? We need to understand that. So I make we say, with some people and say, Lady Fatima are the best. We want for ask, waiting at the measurement, weight and use for declare Lady Fatima the best. We get Sia Koroma, for example. Sia Koroma, I think, was an obstetrician, something like that, or gynecologist. But yes, she had this profession, and the records are there to what he do, whether or not dialysis machine he bring missions them abroad. But she kept quiet. The only real proactive one that we've had, or we have, because it's present continuous, now this current First Lady, we want to look into keenly and understand why people and think say Lady Fatima Bio is the best, whereas there's plenty of record out there for make a judgment from. So that video that I will play, we never play them in any particular order. We play them like mix and match, but how we play them now, so we'll talk about them. Let me get the first one. Let me see. Waiting
up 6 o'clock in the morning in the winter in the United Kingdom to go on set under the freezing cold. My own personal money. As I sit here as the First Lady of Sierra Leone, I am not being paid. You want me to take my personal money to put lights in Bo and Kenema?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Whilst you are looking for funds to get sanitary pants for women.
My own personal money.
Right.
Me, the one way I go. Let me talk and fine in Creole so you understand.
Well, when you speak, you confuse me here.
Okay.
What is happening?
You want me to say it in Mandinka?
No, you can, there are followers who understand English. Let's stick to English.
My brother. Mm-hmm. The money.
Right. So problem, as you hear for yourself, this is not the first of the videos, and there are a few clips like this. Now, from this one, they will make with judgment from. We not just can't talk ordinary talk now, as if now, but that we get like some people and go and say, and one most abused word lately in our media is hatred. Me not know what thing constitute hatred, where some people can use them. So they show video evidence. So here is one thing will make we think say. Here is one thing will make we think say that the First Lady missed a golden opportunity for become a national icon, you know, for endear himself to the Sierra Leonean people. She definitely did miss that opportunity there by this one video where we don't play first. I don't know what I want to view, but una hear am obviously. And looking at what he say, can you imagine the First Lady of a country saying that? I don't know what was going through the mind of the First Lady to say, and not only saying, Fambulem, body language is quite important, and sometimes it speaks louder than words, because the words where you go to say go be deceitful. Your body language where you express them what then they is what most psychologists, psychiatrists, and other people them, sociologists them, then go to watch for determine whether there is remorse, whether there is genuity in waiting you they say. So imagine the body language of the woman, okay? So maybe we'll not catch up that video the proper. I want play one more time because today I wonder we get to the bottom of this and finish with this thing once and for all. Because maybe I might do another on the First Lady. Like I say, in 4 years, I think this is now the 4th time or 3rd time I did do something on the First Lady. There are a few videos like this, but maybe some people are not catch up. So let me play one more time.
Up 6 o'clock in the morning in the winter in the United Kingdom to go on set under the freezing cold, my own personal money. As I sit here as the First Lady of Sierra Leone, I am not being paid. You want me to take my personal money to put lights in Bo and Kenema?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Whilst you are looking for funds to get sanitary pants for women.
My own personal money.
Right.
Me, the one way I go. Let me talk and fine in Creole so you understand.
Well, when you speak Creole, confuse me here.
Okay.
What is happening?
You want me to say it in Mandinka?
No, you can. There are followers who understand English. Let's stick to English.
My brother.
Mm-hmm.
So the usual, ladies and gentlemen, Lady Fatima chicken tongue. That's what you saw there. But that played out badly. The optics was bad. The nuance was bad. The voice was bad. The attitude was bad. The body language was bad. Negative. Everything was negative. I mean, if you didn't get it, and probably it not been on sync yet, but you are or you were the First Lady of the country. And the press guy asked you a very serious question. And your answer, it really was damaging, Madam First Lady. Your answer was really, really damaging, Madam First Lady. And the reason why we say damaging is obvious. They say the proof is in the pudding. Ladies and gentlemen, when I take them follow this story today, because they want their waiting say, nah, you know, I don't want to be addressing them, but it's important that every step along the way that we lay emphasis on them things there based on the video evidence who they produce. Because even if the First Lady herself were to look back, reflect on some of these videos, I'm sure say she will have second thought that, oh, I wished I had done this and that, and wish that them video there are no longer played. But again, she continued to do the same thing over and over, and we get a few more videos for play. But on this first video where we play, a lot of Sierra Leoneans were very, very disappointed. This video, now we've been just married. And I know say the married being they in controversy because of the time. And I think say now one of the video then the way we do on the First Lady, and that video they went viral. It really went viral. There were thousands and thousands of viewers. And I think say a day, both now YouTube and Facebook. Maybe one day we go replay them for the general masses for Yeri Usa Obini come up from. By then the people and blame we because we own position was it was ill-timed. And a part of this now in the reporter, they asked the First Lady about the timing. There were a lot of Sierra Leoneans complaining them. There was hardship. The president had not got grip of the situation economically, politically, and socially. There was massive blackout all over the place. This economic trend where they suffer, so right now the difficulty, starvation, hunger was just in the beginning, but it was obvious. Now the term where they go married. So they married, and I said that at the time, because the question was, most of the supporters were posing to people like us who were only asking necessary, significant, and pertinent questions, reflective of the time, was the timing in itself. But then try for twist them and turn them for be like, oh, una no wala married. Why una want determine when are for married? No, because you're a public figure, and now we they pay you, and now we kind of own you. So therefore, you get for consider we when you do something of that magnitude, when you do something on a national basis, because you glad you one, now we glad you one, or we glad you one, now you glad you one. But if we're not gladdy, how you they go gladdy? That was the notion then. That was the stance that this platform took then. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't get it then. But moving on from that 10 days to now, a lot of people don't get what you've been trying for say. And that's what we were trying to say. I'm a married man, a happily married man. I go like for see a lot of people welcome to this all-exclusive club. It's a very exclusive club. So we go like for see that, me in particular. So obviously I was happy for the First Lady. I was happy for the president, because we know say the power has to be taken care of, not only by the state, but by in wife. Because when the power they in good spirit, in good mode, now because the mommy, you take care of and well, that when they come make decision where they affect the state, he is in well body, soul, and mind. Everything is playing, everything is good. So I was for it, but then I opposed to the timing. And then you hear the first lady with the attitude, me. Can you imagine? She's the first lady of the nation. Me, we sit on the ask to, I work for me money all 10 years there. Then at this now they can't tell me. Me for take me hard earned money where I don't grab winter. I don't get that me money. But what's the sacrifice about? Because the nation is definitely taking care of you in terms of the consolidated fund, to which we read Boku story as they abuse that particular fund day. Although Mr. Francis Ben Kaifala, the chief of ACC, never found you guilty, but what we read is there is evidence, ample evidence for sure say you are being dipping in that pot. And where you're not supposed for deep, or the way are you in the deep inside, you were not supposed to. And this is not by your own account. You see the implications on the way I tell you, zip up. Because what you say if you unzip may well be used against you in a court of law. This is the reason why we may not understand the legality around this. So when you get a legal rep, it tells you, say, don't talk. Or when the police apprehend you, first thing they tell you is, don't talk, because anything where you say at this point, before legal representation, somebody will understand the law, might get you into trouble. And this is exactly where the First Lady got herself into trouble, because there was a lot of explanation about 22 years of work. We were not paupers, we were not beggars, we had our own money. My office was being funded by our own money, only to make a U-turn. Well, like I say, today we not only want to do the talking, we want for also play the tape them. We're pertaining to with their First Lady, where some people they say she's the best First Lady, and we say one makes her the best First Lady. Waiting at the measurement the way una use for make Lady Fatima Bio the best First Lady. After all, we had women like Patricia Kaba, a learned woman, a dignified woman, a respectful woman, and so forth and so on. And we had other First Ladies. Of course, we not all they play different role. You come at this particular time, but what thing I want to say is because you use social media, and when you use social media, how much of it has benefited the country will be a question that we will ask. How many of this has benefited the country? We get few video them where we go mix and match, because there are a few things we want for let family the note. There are a few things. But again, ladies and gentlemen, today, we will talk about none other but Lady Fatima Bio, the wife of the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. And we will play videos that were related to the First Lady, so that we ourselves can make a decision on whether this First Lady is the best or she's not the best. In other words, why is one man's meat is another man's poison? Let me listen to this. This was also another damaging video by we estimate to the First Lady.
Una no dey able change. When they go begin for slap una now, una go talk say this government here, na so den ta. People like una them for the put una na public, they give a booking, beat una inside una uniform them, because una no get shame. Una stop this. Any more quarantine person, when una bring then quarantine centers, then every day they send me people in then quarantine centers that they go check. Every day I they go check and make sure say they check on them well-being. Una not bring a person again at them quarantine centers because if una bring a kind of me say safe, they make sure say this whole country know una what una deba. Una they health people them, because the new one they wanna bring, they say that they health people they pass there na the border they counter. Una say safe, una no get sorry at. Una no get sorry at. Una all man they see waiting then they call coronavirus. All man they see waiting coronavirus they do to the country that we get the best health facility in the world. And then why now una for the go try for break everything just because una did collect una small penny they no more. Una no remember. Now we tell the one the way they sabotage waiting they do say. If we catch una, would they begin the mob justice una, would they beat una na public, we make like all man no say now una bad habits more time and the one know they change. Corruption just chronic on our body to a point where una no sabi when for do good and when for do bad. Evil spirit people una can't cause. I don't want no self-pity cost.
And that we believe say anybody when I SFPP in a true Sierra Leonean right now.
Okay, that was just another video interference. Like I said, we get plenty of video. And today, what will we do? We try for play, like somebody say, William J. William J, welcome to the program. Will you please bring up the bad, ugly, and the best interviews of the First Lady? So this is what I'm trying to do. In the end, we're not going to be able to satisfy everybody. And again, I mean, they try to forget all of these, the best, you know, yeah, the ugly and the ugliest of the First Lady, but I'll not be able to forget all us have been one for doing, because then work they had themselves, they're not easy. We've been able to postpone this program because of we producer and not be able to assemble all the video that we be want, because we want a contrast and comparison and contrasting the First Lady in video them. But yes, we get few now, and another few days now we use so tonight. So we just don't hear one more, but I just welcome few people. Kasada Kitchen, how you do? It's been a while. I hope you're keeping well. Thomas Conte, Jeremiah Sembe, of course, William J. asked the question for let we bring all the good and bad and ugly videos of the First Lady. Beatrice Thompson, Kamara Abdullahi, Mem Bangura. Auna all they do. Welcome to the den and now. Do I will continue for shape. Like we said today, what will the try for do now? A lot of talk don't go on about First Lady Fatima Bio being the best. Okay. We want to say, you know, if you say it's not the best, why you say not the best? If you say she's not the best, why do you say she's not the best? So they play a video, and then video there. Now the First Lady herself speaking in terms of the way she has conducted herself, including this last one we will just play, where it also went viral for the wrong reasons. It was very, very negative of the First Lady, and this is just a fact. Now we could argue, if I was in the camp of the First Lady, I will argue this is not what she meant. But then you get forget in media people that we get for come out and make the argument in their forum, because as far as I'm concerned, that's what she said, and it's live on tape. And there's a saying that the tape doesn't lie, and you can hear it for yourself. I mean, for yourselves. You see, and one thing again we want to get for take note of this First Lady is when she's saying something that is deep, you know, you're deeply rooted in her, something where is of significance to her, and you want to convey the message. And what myself don't come for determine is when she's upset, this is exactly how she behaves. You watch the body language, and you know, say not only the message where they convey, I repeat, when the First Lady, because this First Lady, let's be honest, she throws out a lot of hints. Boku hints. She loved the hinting. That's why she's on social media and even on TikTok, where how many Sierra Leoneans in terms of the people that we want to reach, is able for reach on TikTok. And then they say Sierra Leoneans are already on TikTok, but then you get to understand again, waiting at TikTok. What is TikTok? Okay. And if you want to go convey a message there, how serious is the message where you want to go convey? How many of us are there? Just average how many Sierra Leoneans are there and waiting at the message where the First Lady, the care go there. And sometimes because you can see the First Lady herself having fun, and then you can understand that she's having fun and she's entitled to that. I don't appreciate that, because I think, say, a big pass TikTok in that sense there, because you can go TikTok and send a cute short message, because it's about, you know, yeah, it's about hitting. It's about the numbers. It's about the clicks. Where people like we so now within a media, we can clickbait the First Lady, because we know say we will get a lot of likes because of what he don't do. But it has to be positive. But you can't go to the place, you know, here and go through hints. You a one me man, you cocoa go rose. A First Lady, you tell me now. But anyway, one of the videos that we will just play just now is that of the First Lady talking about the mob justice issue. Famulem, mob justice. Again, there was an argument because this video, it don't take small. Again, I think the first segment we'll do on the First Lady, this part of it will be involved, because like I say, we can get together material because we're not going to make the First Lady the subject matter. But because she's very proactive, so therefore sometimes we get for deliberate on waiting the First Lady they do. And because again, to una the critique them of waiting we do, like waiting we they do so now, you can see is measured. And we put out video evidence and put a lot of speculation, opinion, and circumstance beyond that, and throw them out there to the public, so the public themselves make a decision on the First Lady, although we opinionate on the issue they are. But the evidence is there in the video then where we display. So it's not just about us, like you go and get upset with we, because this beloved woman with whom you are well pleased is so special, so extra, so that we, the taxpayer, them, we where they pay them, we where they make, we when our first lady, we're not supposed to talk because she's not the first lady for all, according to Una. She's the first lady for Una, especially the one that where they support them. So we get the dare for critique them. She's not our first lady, or we not in citizen. So most times when you sit down, now we can address so Una, I mean, she's from England, mind you. And let's talk about a little bit of manners, and the video will come to that. Finger pointing, finger wagging is aggression. She knows that. She lived there, according to herself, for decades, more than 2 decades. And she worked in this country, according to herself, and we will play that video there, for over 22 years. 22 years, she woke up early in the morning during winter, like all of us to do now, and go hustle. And we don't hustle with daily bread, then they expect and live with the nation. Probably I can say that, but I won't even say that because I'll be happy, for break bread with my brothers and sisters. But I mean, come on, you're the first lady. And then you sit down, you are so defiant. And it's like, now, me, Fatima, we sit down, we work for me money 22 years. Now you expect me for go do? That's shameful. That's unacceptable. Your role as first lady is to be benign. Is to be benign, is to be generous, is to be philanthropic. There is an irony there because at some point, you go hear the first lady, they say, at the ghee, I think if they talk about fast month, but when you feel for ghee, how we the ghee, when you the ghee, how we want ghee. But you're no longer in that ordinary role. You are now the first lady of a nation, the mommy for a nation. Is the role too big for you? Probably it is. Because when role can big for we all, we can tend to make mistakes. But over a period of time, we will have learned. We don't learn. Have we learned? Have you, Madam First Lady? Have you? But we go here read back talk, we go here read this. So now we go to the video. You hear the First Lady, they talk about mob justice. Come on. Like I say, this is not something like 2 years ago. I can't remember the exact time. But there is a segment that we did on that particular video day with other things that, like I said, we can gather the evidence them. And if necessary, we do them like today. So 2 years on or 1 year on, and necessary for us to do something. How can a first lady of a nation, and this was our argument then, you see, all waiting we say then, it's been justified today. There were people who said, oh, no, this, that, we are not doing it out of malice. We mean just to look at the logic around them, who she was or who she is. Who she is. That's what we were looking at. What she can't and can't do. Of course, people then go say, who are you, for say what you keep doing? No. We are somebody. We are citizens. We are subjects of that nation there. So there are things that we can weigh in. Not everything. Of course, she has a personal life, but the personal life remains as personal as much as it remains personal. But when it come out, it's no longer personal because she's a public figure and we will talk about her. And this is exactly what we're doing. She sat down on a couch in an environment paid for by the taxpayers, got a cameraman with wide angle, I can see luxury, which of course she deserved as the first lady. But then the very people that they pay the money for the place, telling them that we go mob justice now. This language is not first lady like. It's not presidential like. Should not be existing in that circle. That's what we're saying. You can try to explain what it means, and depending on how clever you get the people that they can explain what it means, or you just accept and show remorse, say, but not to this be mean, my people are sorry. Has she done that? No. But that was wrong. It was wrong language. You can't tell you citizens them, you people them, you now mama say we go mob justice now. For me personally, I can try to understand what he even try for intimate at the time. But then I can also look at in body language, something can make an upset and way they speak, not to only what they say. You get for look beyond that. So they tell people in uniform that we go mob justice now. There are many ways that she could have used the language that shows disrespect for the people. That disrespect then I come for time. Hence why we ask the question. Whether she missed a golden opportunity by virtue of the way how she presented herself. what she said to the general public, how she said it, how she went around it, how she went about it. All that they be material to this very effort we talk about. We say, did she miss the golden opportunity? And we believe that she did. Because in support of them, what they can mostly say is this. Then they look at the beauty of the woman because she's got a presence. I mean, if the woman make a video, although I don't appreciate the last 1 or 2 video we make, that incident about the tanker being happened, not to witty Iseo, but I look at the first lady in hairdo. Of course, again, is that my business? But I love the woman. Yeah, I really do. So when he come out there, when he can work somebody in flowing clothes, them, goodness me, you feel proud. And I think that this is not a mistake. This Usai, some of us they get it wrong. You feel proud that you have such a woman, here for being the first lady of your country, because when she appears, how she appears, wow, she's got a presence, and everybody or all heads go turn. All heads go turn. That's what she is. But then the performance, when she opens her mouth, when she wants to go about, some things, that's where I believe that she goes wrong. Because it can want own some moments. Let we say, what happened during the COVID-19, the initial stage them, when they set up them quarantine center. Of course, it's kind of frustrating because in with society, and I think she was trying to talk tough, but that did not go down well with the populace because sometimes they back when they talk tough. Now, waiting you incentivize the people and with. Because we society very, very corrupt. And part of the corruption is because our people are living below the poverty line. So before you threaten them with anything in there, you go make sure say you don't make provision. And these are some of the things that believe say them in the try for do earlier, where they go tie 2 tomatis, and 1 yabas and 1 Maggi, put on a plastic and go shave them. That was kind of helpful. But then I don't think that you get for do because people get for sustain their lives. Other than that, there's no other way. So people then will take the chance, just like we're happy with the tanker. It's kind of related to poverty. When you are below the poverty line, there's not much for you to lose. Risk is a secondary thing in your brain. The primary thing now you survive for that moment. Say some people then go one time, then go get 1 batter, 200,000. Clean. Don't go save down there. Say, oh, I can get the second one, 400,000. If I can get a third one, 600,000, my months don't clear. I don't pay me rent. I get food, me picking, this, that, and what have you. The third one, they never came out of it. Second one, probably. So waiting left behind, he left behind. This is the situation. And then she sat down on a couch comfortably and telling people, we go mob justice sooner. And what we're saying is, this language is not of that of the office of the first lady, not coming from the mouth of a first lady. It's a language that is connected, related to mafia kind business, to criminal kind business, and a criminal and they can kind of use their language and they're about mob justice. And waiting immediately try for say about mob justice, a criminal, not the first lady. The first lady cannot say that to her people. You cannot mob justice you people. No, it won't be accepted anywhere in the world. When people across the world heard that, they were shocked. I personally got 1 or 2 calls or messages. It's like, what is she saying? Waiting happen, it say so. And she looks upset. Well, we can understand the upset, but then the language is international. When you speak, remember, say the cameras are on you. The cameras are on you, First Lady. So it should not be that way. So that video, it be really, really terrible for the First Lady. And that was then. And this is now. So the fact that this is now, we look at all the issue there from this perspective, and Fambule, we talk about none other but the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam Fatima Bio. Fatima Bio is the wife of the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, where in fact make the First Lady of the country. And when they say this woman gets so much presence, she has so much presence. But then this presence, is it feeding us positively, or is it a negative? Is it a negative? And by the estimate of a lot of people, it's a negative. It's a negative. And whilst people and they say, it don't they help we not see the help we don't they help we. a lot of people and they complain because after all, there are still difficulties in the country. We don't say once in a while, looking, he said the mami go like Usad and Kolam, Senegal. It's like, what can you go Senegal? I'm not saying that she can't go Senegal, but what can you go Senegal? When we ask or when we hear, they say the mami go see Yusuf Ndu. Yeah, so go see Yusuf Ndu. For those of you who don't know Yusuf Ndu, of course, it will be very few. Yusuf Ndu now a huge international icon from Senegal. Huge international icon from Senegal. Okay. And as a musician, we get Boku Boku hits them. He's massively respected globally. So you can understand where the First Lady go see him and what he go see him about. But in the end, we can make justification again. How did it benefit the people? So I want to take a first break. Let us see whether we can play on a small music. Let me see whether we can play on a small music, Fambul, and you want to be with me. This is a very interesting program, and we'll get more video for sure now. Get more video for sure now. Fambul, I saw you. Oh dear. Man. All right, Fambul, I'm back. Somebody says, how you go? He disappears. Okay, we lost a significant number of people because of that break. I mean, family, nothing wrong, yeah, just they play with me wires. But that's okay. We lost significant people. We've been there over the 100 mark, I believe. Now we reduced significantly, but that's all right. Let's get down to the bottom of this, yeah, because like I said, we get Boku video for play now. Boku video for playing. Yeah. I mean, I'm having fun tonight because I get another device, it's like in a monitor, something else. So that's very, very interesting for me. Yeah, so they will forgive me. We lost a significant number of people, but I'm back. Okay. Sometimes this program is kind of very interesting. Yeah. So Fambulem, again, let me just stop this music. I'm in love with this music. It's called Geneva by Sabano 75. If you get chance, of course, not to the younger people when they watch the program, and they talk about the older folks who will understand this. But even with the younger folks, the beat alone is very, very good. It's great. So again, Fambulem, today the 22nd is a Monday, November, and I speak to owner from the United Kingdom coming to you live. And this is a very interesting program, and we talk about none other but the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam Fatima Bio, the wife of the President of the Republic. And some people say she's the best First Lady ever in our country. And others then disagree and say, no, we don't agree with this. We don't think she's the best First Lady. And we remember, say, waiting at the measurement where people and they use, for determine whether this lady, she's number one. And they try for member why people and they say this, how people and they say this. So what we try for doing at the platform today, now for play video evidence, because now the measure that they will make. We know they talk, we know there is beauty lies in the beholder, okay? You will get now you sabi the beauty, but that's not what we're talking about. This woman in question here tonight is the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone. It is true that she has a presence. Yeah, she is a beautiful woman, and no need for the lay emphasis on that. There's a reason why I'm saying that, because some of us, they get conflicted. We they talk about the substance, we they talk about the attitude, we they talk about waiting the benefit we as a nation, as a consequence of we having this lady. And she has been going around a lot, trying to do things, I believe. So one of the things that we must talk about is insanity business and sanitary pad, where it don't give to school picking them and other people them around. We don't increase school time for school picking them, because as we understand, during the menstrual period, it cause problem for we picking them, because again, for the same poverty, you can't afford for buy. So what do you do? Use the initiative and then try for get them part their way is shaped to then school picking there for free. Of course, she's a woman with clout, talk with few partners them around, so then present them with hundreds of thousands of them parts there for shape. And that in itself is a good virtue, is a good value. And these are some of the things that we will try for, say that she's got things, here that we can say kudos to the First Lady. But too often a time, there are things, and they are in the many. For example, when is it done for talk? Although we know you either talk there for a while, it's a little bit different, but we go come to that. We just look at the past 3-4 years. We try to run a determinant factor as to why is she, according to the estimate of some, the best First Lady ever in the country, owing to the fact we've had people like Rebecca Stevens. I don't want to go to the founding father, Milton Magai, and in brother Albert. I want to come to we recent times, okay? So we've had Rebecca Stevens. In fact, we can forget about Lady Rebecca Stevens. May the soul of that woman rest in peace. They all been get different roles for play at different times. I don't want to talk about Hannah Momo, although we can talk about them because it seems contemporary because now in the way all this revolution business begin. They removed Brigadier Joseph Momo, then pull and come on a power. Of course, Lady Hannah Momo go along with her husband, and then that usher in the junta of Valentine Strasser, Frances Bio, and all the other people and we come later. And then a new crop of first ladies emerge. And are there new crops of first lady then I want to talk about because I believe say when people and they make the measurement between Lady Fatima as the best, I'm sure say people are clever enough not for they go way, way back. I want to talk about the most recent. And that would mean Lady Patricia Kaba, Sia Kuroma, and most likely, if we want to throw, and there won't be good reasons for that, we throw the junta leaders, them, wife them, and concubines them into this particular conversation. So we go limit this to Pakaba, Siakoroma, and E. So now 3 people, and in fact, this makes the race very, very interesting because it's limited and we can make a comparative analysis on this basis and see why people say Lady Fatima Bio is the best. Is it because of the beauty? Is it because of action? Is it based on substance? What has she returned to the country? I just mentioned one. Very good. Sanitary pads. Kudos, Madam First Lady. Well done, Fatima. As a consequence of that, that helped the initiative of the free quality. I don't agree with the quality, but maybe that is a future tense, but that definitely helped. More picking and turn up for school, school term increase in terms of attendance because of that, because normally picking and go stay away. But then I can also try for scrutinize that particular move there. And they talk about the donation, the giving, the accumulation of them parts there. Certainly, there are issues that we can complain, but let me look at the general good. Let me not go into that tonight. Family, when they talk about Lady Fatima Bio, and we say, one man's meat is another man's poison, and we ask the question, why? And we believe, say, the Sierra Leonean people are adjudicated on Lady Fatima Bio, on whether then they with them on another day. And at the end of this program, we go submit to UNA why we think so. Hopefully, I don't forget about that because that will be the final submission. But for now, we want to look at video evidence. And when they say we get plenty of video, they will want to play today. For buttress, we point. And I say we play the video them in no particular order, but we want to look at the First Lady, both in the then and the now. In the then, as per this video then go show, you see a woman that looked humble. You see a woman with dignity and pride. Whatever was happening, whatever she was doing, there was a level of dignity and pride, respect. And in fact, by virtue of the country, USA Ekomot, there is a lot of respect and pride. And I know they played in issue of nationality. I just they say USA Ekomot is plenty of respect. The Gambians are respectful people. I live there, I understand there, I live with the people, and that's something I understand very well. And this is where we First Lady from. And we get this close and cozy relationship with the Gambia. And this goes back a long way, a long, long way. I didn't realize as recently as a few years ago that whilst I was in school at the Albert Academy, that I sat down with Gambians. I didn't realize that, let's be honest. But looking back and looking at the name, because later on you begin to understand the history of your country, yes, there were a lot of them there. We went to school with them. Let's take a look at this video and see what we make of it.
So can you tell us a little bit about you yourself?
I'm a Gambian, and of course you've said my name, Fatima Jabi, and I'm an actress, I'm a mother, and...
Okay, the significance of this particular video is short and clear. It puts to rest, then when they wake you want to argue, especially stupidly, because the argument comes in twofold. Some people don't want to let you raise the issue of nationality. I don't know why, and I'm not interested in that anyway. But for them, when they wake and raise the issue of nationality, waking want to argue, say she is a Sierra Leonean, and by birth, that's important because you can be a citizen of a country by different means. Okay, you can become a naturalized citizen, different means. but she's made it clear herself that in terms of her nationality, she is Gambian by birth. So we've heard it from the mouth of the First Lady herself. So this in itself put our case to rest about Lady Fatima Bio in terms of who she is when it comes to that. Let's take another listen again.
Not everybody that have PhD is a politician. Some PhD holder them full bad. But this man, you know, get PhD. But what he can know about TJC is the fact that he is a politician and a true politician. May I see PhD holders who come as a politician and they shoot themselves right from the beginning. From the moment they open their mouth, they shoot themselves. I remember
Very interesting. Fambul, and this was an event that I attended myself. I bought a ticket to attend, but as usual, the political situation is so polarized. I only went there to have a time, gather enough story for my platform, but I was seen as an enemy. But that's for another day. Let's go back to waiting the First Lady BDC. And like I say again, I see out with my own eyes, I read the gossip, the murmurs, you know, just around the periphery of the First Lady. Who that they laugh, who that no one for laugh, but the First Lady they speak. But here's my take on it, because at the time, waiting the First Lady BDC, according to what we can for understand, this was also another hint wave in the pool. And on the chief minister then, it happened for be Professor Dr. David Francis. That the way we hear, according to most, was going to the chief minister. But the idea, you see, this is where the First Lady began to draw that polarizing line there between those for and against. Because when he come and speak of the guy who was just elected as chairperson for SLPP UK and I, Mr. Tijansi, now London, yeah, he also used that for draw a parallel with a distinguished scholar where na a man, a mentor, the president of the republic then, but he not been get along. If this story turn out to be true, we happen for be Professor David Francis. That some PhD people them fool. You know, not to everybody took kindly to that. So you see again, when you make them public pronouncements, then you get to know how you traverse the line very finely, because it's a thin line. You go get friends them we get PhD who are doing well. Like I know a lot of doctorate holder them who are doing quite well in different levels of discipline, different fields of discipline. Some are good teachers, very teachers excelling in their fields. Some of them are consultants and very brilliant at what they do. But when you generalize them as such, you hurt a lot of people because you would also go to them. They may not take it seriously because they know say they're above that. But when you do them, it's like, oh dear, what the hell is she saying? But at the time, as we understand them, she was speaking about Professor David Francis, who by then, I believe, had fallen out of grace, especially with the First Lady of the Republic, who was then calling the shots. So Fambule, would they talk about none other but Lady Fatima Bio? In many respects, would they play pictorial and video evidence for substantiate the editorial role they make today on the First Lady, that you yourself can make the determination for yourself. Let's listen to this.
Spending money on
okay, let me start. First of all, this is an issue that I am so pleased that you've brought in this platform. The state did not give me even water on my wedding. Let me make that clear. Not even water. If anybody give me water to drink on my wedding, come forward and show your face. The state did not give me one single penny for my wedding. And before I become First Lady or my husband becomes the president of Sierra Leone, we were not wretches. We have our own money. We were not beggars. We have our own money. We worked. Let me start with you that is asking the question. When I lived in the Gambia, was I working or I was selling oranges in the junction? I worked. 22 years of my life, I have done nothing but work. You know why? So when I want to look good, I should be able to afford it. When I want to celebrate my wedding, I can go to the bank and take my own money and put to my wedding. Because nobody in this world, Muslim, Christian, whatever religion are you, when you want to marry, believe you me, you will spend. Some people will go and take credit. Do you know if I actually went to the bank and take a loan? You don't know where I got the money from. The state did not give me 1 penny. So it should not be anybody's problem, because as long as I did not take from you, let it not be your problem. I was not a beggar. I was an actress that was earning money out of my job. Before that, in the Gambia here, I was one of the biggest promoters in this country, and I was one of the most youngest businesswoman, successful businesswoman in the Gambia. So, and you think all of that money I was looking for what?
So because you don't take, or the government did not give a penny, you don't bother about the concerns coming from people?
No, did I say I'm not bothered? You are talking about instead of spending the money.
Yes, because... Okay.
So do you want me, let me ask you this. The money that I went and sweat, waking up 6 o'clock in the morning in the winter in the United Kingdom to go on set, under the freezing cold.
Anyway, family, this, but again, family, this nine are the killer for Fatima. Again, I repeat, this nine are the killer for Fatima. This nine disengage in and the people are in. And the reporter asked him a very fine question there. He miss him altogether and decide for go into some ranting. Me, Fatima, blah, 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 blah. Some of it was not actually necessary, but she shot herself in the foot, and he actually used that same jargon there for describe the reporter. And the reporter asked him again, you mean the state not give you, because if you sit down at this public platform for say the way how you express them, Paddy, Sister Fatima, that was so hard to, that was so difficult to listen to, that the Sierra Leonean people not forgive you up to this day, because for makeup we mean say as a the Catholic married woman get, the pa go get for go make confession, or Yusuf go get for show some, because I was full. The state not give me penny, give me. And the worst way you can describe, and that's exactly what you did, for say somebody not give you water because water not life. They not give you water, state not give you water. Whereas the car where you ride, now the state not responsible for them. The road where you pass pan, where the reporter been try for ask you whether the block traffic, and etc. Now the state not responsible for them. The hotel where you sleep for your honeymoon, now the state not responsible for them. And then guess then the way they invite, we get for abandoned government jobs, for go attend the wedding. Now the state, now they abandoned so, and largely 99.999% of your wedding was funded by the state. And the state was deeply affected, but the state, it be supposed to be a state ceremony. But again, I think in a day you get it wrong, because una not label them as a state ceremony, una label them much more like a private ceremony in which there were no gantry, no traffic blocks, and what have you, on that massive scale, that the church you went to do your wedding, it was only 200 or 300 people invited. And you have to ask yourself, 300 people invited, apart from the celebrities then from Nigeria and other people and from Nollywood and etc. Who were the others? Largely made up of government officials who should have been at work, paid by government, even though they were not at work attending your ceremony. But you have the audacity for sit down before camera, and they talk with that same body language where they disengage you from the people, for tell the people and say, the state did not even give me water. Now, personally, as a Sierra Leonean, I feel offended, because I know that it's not true, that you could have done it a different way, but you did not. Or you sit down there with that negative body language, I can tell you that the state did not give me water. And even the reporter tried to pull you back, because he knows that it is not true. It's all over the reporter's face. He knows it is not true. He feels sorry, and he tried to bring you back. You can't say, you shut him down. You shut him down a couple of times. And in this particular interview, which we come for land is, and this guy have had your back and forth, because this guy don't ask you some critical question, even towards the end of the interview. You said that, so it's not me saying this, but from waiting I observe. So because this back and forth don't they go on between you and this guy, according to you, he can ask you then critical and harsh questions, and he always seem to get you. So this time you prepare, say you're not going to get me. But if he did prepare, say he was not going to get you, he got you round again, Madam First Lady. Because what you did, and you can't blame him, you were supposed to do your homework. He asked you the necessary questions, very necessary questions. Sometimes reporters, do help. It's supposed to happen, do help. And in that case, even they help for asking the questions. Some of the questions are leading questions for normally you answer, but you get your own way how you want for answer them. Because back again, you get this definite feeling about the reporter that one can get me again. But this time, and in fact, you said it, this time I'm not going to allow him to get me. So a golden chance missed for you to endear yourself with the people. The reporter said, even during this time, when people, because this how they talk about, a lot of people will have forgotten because now by the day, the week, and the month, and so then they see them. But this goes along for 2 years. People have been in this hardship, and it's just been incremental. Just incremental. You haven't done yourself quite a favor, Madam First Lady. You haven't really done yourself quite a favor, Madam First Lady. And let me see whether we're able to find few more videos before we end this program, because I think we don't do quite well. We probably get roughly about 10 minutes. You play this short one and we'll talk about them as well.
We believe anybody when I SFPP na a true Sierra Leonean right now.
So now you for yourself no so. You see, now the way how the Mami can put the talk. Now the way how the Mami can put the talk. Because in this one, my understanding is, at the time, maybe they campaign for Iman. But how can you be campaigning, and in campaign mode, and again, it will depend, let me left this open, it will depend on the crowd where you've been talk to at the time. But even if, pardon me, even if I decide for left I'm open, this video get for coming out, and after all, now campaign mode now you did for heaven. The entire country is not SLPP. No, it's not. And if we can go by the stats, by the numbers, some people then go contend that the All People's Congress is the largest political party in the country, the largest. So you also want the youth to get your man into power. And even in the vote will take place, we eventually got the retired brigadier, your husband, into power. It means there were people who broke rank and file from their own party, i.e. the All People's Congress, for support the retired brigadier will bring to power today. So that statement today were negative, Madam First Lady, that the only people, the true Sierra Leoneans are SLPP. Like I said, we'll try to understand what you've been saying, but a lot of people won't forgive that because the statement in itself is not true, that the true Sierra Leoneans, but again, it was a political statement, but should not have been very helpful because the nation are comprising of all kinds of political party shades and colors. And no one part, just by virtue of his support are them able to take power. You need the other side, some of the other side, for kind of support you. And that's just a fact, Madam First Lady. Again, family, when they talk about on the basis where some people they say she's the best, other people will not agree. So we tie to them, one man's meat, another man poison. So when they come towards the end and we get a few more videos then for play of the First Lady, let we take a look at this one. Let's take a look at this.
I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me. Where you lead me, Lord, I will go. I have no fear 'cause I know who's in control. There's no limit to what you can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. You're almighty and all power.
Okay, I know some of his supporters are going to get upset with me, but I have to say this anyway. So this one is more private and personal. Of course, they're just making TikTok video. Why is they on TikTok they do this? I just don't get it. What is this message supposed to convey? How is it central and essential, you know, like to identify themselves to you maybe? Okay, I'm not going to go too deep into that. I don't know how that benefits us. I go get for look into this. I go look at the stats and see how much of it she's generating, how much popularity she's generating from there. How many of us are there? How many young girls are there who understands that she's there? What is TikTok about? We will get into that. The only problem I get with this is like my first lady, I don't like the hairstyle. I'm entitled to my view and my opinion. And again, like I say, even though I'm my opinion, I try to substantiate why I say I don't like this style. Other people not to your wife. Of course, she's not my wife. Of course, she's not. But she is my first lady. And I know say in the office of the first lady, she's a public figure. So therefore, I can say either publicly or privately that I don't like the dress where the mommy wear. I don't like that necklace the way wear. I wish she been wearing this way that. In this case of this TikTok video, I'm not thinking say that hair do it befitting of the office of the first lady, the occupant of the first lady. I might be wrong on this one. It's not a few things where I say I might be wrong. It might look like personal taste, but it's not on the basis of personal taste, because the personal taste will be the president, who is the husband of this woman, who will determine that. But what I'm saying is the style in the office, it doesn't look like a match for me. That Nami on point down there in terms of that hairdo. Okay. Again, like I say, we get a few more videos for play, and we will take them from there and probably end it somewhere here. Let we look at this one here.
The youth and the suffer, and they wait for the bread and butter. Who stand with the hammer when the leader then and Thomas? Tabrana artists, we just say go and launch a yekbele. And December done so he come, he go, he end by yekbele. December done so he come, he go, he end by yekbele. So yekbele. The country just go by yekbele. Free education, the results will come all na yekbele. Business people, that money will come for them na yekbele. Now the time they done so, the country just they go and yekbele. Man and they suffer, but for no one we talk down. They want a big fool, like just they go like a fool. December done so he come, he go, he end by
That was another video, and that was the first lady, the most person way outstanding at that video. They doing a dance move. There's nothing again wrong with doing a dance move. Of course, the music is being played over the original music, and this was kind of provocative, and it was sarcasm in the music played over with in a dance. The original music is there, and I want to believe say this not the time way the first lady be say the money don't arrive regarding the MCC, the compact report. They don't give me the money and the money in a bank. Hence, them they celebrate. What's interesting about this video is you find government ministers in the dance, when government ministers, department heads, aides of the first lady, they are all dancing. Of course, you have to dance, because if you don't dance, there's a likelihood that you might lose your job. But the most interesting thing is like you find security officers, men and women clouded in uniform of the Republic of Sierra Leone, military and paramilitary forces, also having a dance in this particular video. And you get to ask yourself what exactly is ongoing. So we come again, fumble them towards the end of this very interesting broadcast here tonight. And I think we'll get one or two more for play. And that effectively brings us to the end of Lady Fatima Bio in video them. We don't try to make a decision today on where we stand. Let's listen to this.
Hello. Yes, sir. Excuse me. Actually, my English is not good. Okay. But you know Tom and Jerry?
Yes, the cartoon.
Yeah. Jerry is here.
So I'll stop this one right there. This is some of the things they talk about. It's like a schoolgirl. You know, you're kind of having fun. We're talking about the first lady, and this is why I make some people and say she's a bit different from the others. And we go agree, but different in which sense? Is it a positive sense or a negative sense? This again is the first lady on TikTok. We play the video there for the family and have a look, and then decide whether indeed the first lady is waiting. We say exactly she is. Is she everybody's favorite? Of course, she cannot be everybody's favorite. Obviously, cannot be everybody's favorite. Is she what she say she is, or what people think she is, or people are just being loyal to this particular first lady? The idea is no. So, Fambolem, as we don't come to the end of this particular broadcast, or when they come to the end of this particular broadcast, of course, there are many other videos that we can play. I want to close this program, okay? And I've been telling you now why I say this matter already. Here's the thing. The office of the First Lady, it comes with protocols. It comes with dignity. It comes with respect. You can come in there with your style and try to turn things around, which you can do, but there is a way how you can do them. You can't come inside and talk about mob justice. That's changing the office lady in a positive sense. That you will mob justice your own citizens. This is mafia language. Decent people don't use that language at all, regardless of what you mean. And you don't threaten your people. You wield power. So not a way you come again, be wag your finger at people, then definitely you are, you're sort of cushioning yourself, insulate yourself, make yourself feel like you're very powerful. People know that already. Now, how you use that power, therefore, affect the lives of people, change their lives, it really matter. When you say the state to 1 penny, harara, wata, nenogi on your wedding day, you know what that mean, Madam First Lady? That means the entire Sierra Leonean populace, apart from the ones them way they support you unconditionally. It means of the others will not support you, you threw all of them into the ocean. And then the vast majority, when they talk about the sycophants and the gullibles, no, because it's just factual that the state did provide water for you, if not so you want to put them. The hotel that you slept in that night for your honeymoon was paid for by the state. The cars that you drove, the scene of those cars, the petrol, the church, the services, the attendees, they were all looked after by the state. Yes, you worked for 22 years, then another bad one down there again, and ask the reporter whether he expects for lay you, the mommy for the nation, take that your money the way you get, where you work for 22 years under winter, snow and shine, that you forgo use them on the people them of Bo and Kenema for getting light. That if them people and they know light and water, they say you might not for go ahead. That was at your own food. This 9 Chinese man say you is big stone, you straighten you is the stone, only for you left and back by your food. Boom. That's what you did. And I could go on and on, but I think we've run out of time. So this is not the conclusion. And this is why we feel say the people disengage themselves from you. Sometimes you talk, now out of vexation, you talk, throwing hints, whether or your man, when a kokogo rules, you will follow the man. A first lady should not be doing that. That is not dignity and respect. That is not. Your man was given the equal opportunity on station, I believe, 98.1, where, or some other media, where I think that Umaru Fofana asked her, involved in this very Lara Piastello, because this contention, it begins some time ago because we quick for forget. And the reporter asked him, what do you think about this? And what did you say? You introduced something completely different. Maybe I for appraise your wife. Will not be necessary in that English they talk about. Yeah, what they talk about. What if Fatima being for do with that? What had the first lady had to do with that? Okay, you draw an analogy, but it's all mismatch. But again, when they talk about the incident today, we talk the first lady, and we at the very end of this program. So now you miss the golden opportunity, Madam First Lady. Big opportunity you miss. You miss them so much. And here is the adjudication what I promised Fambul and say we go do at the end of the program. The adjudication, in other words, the Sierra Leonean people will not make up their mind. Not to the feel they make the noise, not to them. Yeah. And not so we where you support us them can want for blame, not us. Not really us, where you support them can want for blame. No, madam. What we do now for try for bring to we people them. That's what we try for do. Now the then in our media platform. The platform where they provide information out there so people can make an informed choice in what they're supposed to do. Listen, Madam First Lady, this is the final throw of dice, the adjudication we will talk about. With all of what we've said, for proof, say the Sierra Leonean people have adjudicated on the relationship between you and them and you. All family need for look at is waiting happened the last time. And this is a long time ago, and they only gotten worse. We organized a program in a stadium. Imagine stadium, and imagine the culture of we people, how generous they are. That anything, whether na big follow, because na so politician they can take with people, but they don't know say at some point na generosity and the people like change their minds. They also not, and na so salon people in town. Then the big fool and say for you, thing I make the parable say, no make class soccer for your net, then don't clean you ask me why me I read. When person tell you that, they don't mean they don't done with you because you know it's supposed to ask you. The reason why he ask you now because they don't realize say you they ask them something where you're not supposed to ask them. It's soccer for you whole net. Then don't clean. You ask me why me I read. Really? This is the exact position Usai the people and they. And a long time ago they adjudicate on that matter. They when you call a program in a stadium, when the VIP stand, you and your people, imagine an over 30,000 seater stadium, only the VIP stand with you and your few people were there. If you not fear than they, and I suppose say you know, I make from that anytime we talk now, the vexatious manner, instead of you come to the people and humble you like how you've been there before you become the first lady, say, listen, I got it all wrong. But for error is human. Una forgive me. This is me. And una no say na me this. Before then, I was complaining, but something went wrong. It wasn't intentional because una found that. Instead, you continue for the waiting American people. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for listening. I've been your host and presenter, Prince Emil Kroma, and I watch out for programs the way they come on again during the course of this week and the weekend. Supermed is back on Saturday. When I watch out, it's going to be heavy. Good night, everyone. I'll let you sing. Okay, effective. We've come to the end of this program, and I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in. I still ask una do we shape this will shape the program. That will shape the program far and wide. I'm extremely happy that we've done this. We've done justice to our country. We've done justice to the First Lady. We've done justice to the government. Because what it's supposed to do, and firstly, is for listening to criticism. And that criticism they use is positive. And we've used video evidence as well for sure where she got it wrong. Has she got time to mend fences? Probably. I'm not here to determine that. But we've done what we're supposed to do. And on this basis, again, like I say, I tell you very much. Thank you for listening. Hope we continue to share this video. And goodbye, everyone. And keep watching for we subsequent program then when they come.